Hey, you see this, right? A tinfoil hat, used by crazy people to talk about even crazier conspiracy theories, to talk about ways of seeing the world that are usually not think of as true, ways of seeing the world that only cuckoo people would believe. But the thing is, I won't be needing this to film this video, because firstly, I am not a crazy man, I just like to talk to a camera alone, and secondly, I am going to talk about crazy conspiracy theories that in the end turned out to not be that crazy and actually true. So prepare yourselves, because I just spent the last couple of days gathering some weird things. So please like and sub for my mental health, I think. Well, let's start. Jeffrey Epstein and the island. Whoa. And why would I not start with a banger? Yes, kind of an old and weird banger, but it's been getting a lot of attention lately with those Trump statements and the fact that they said that they would release raw footage, but they didn't. So we on time. Jeffrey Edward Epstein, the owner of the Weird Island and the sex trafficking mastermind, was one of the most despicable guys on the New York blue-collar economic famous world. At least that we are aware of, because I bet that there's even worse guys than him. Like, I'm almost certain. I mean, he had a list of people who were invited to those parties and to the island, so they were at least the same level of... you know. Well, Epstein was born in 1953 and was basically smart as shit. Like, it is said that he even skipped 2 years of school. It's not confirmed, but I saw it on the internet, so it must be true, I think. He also got a job as a teacher for maths and physics in Dalton School without even having a degree to do so. So I mean, kind of impressive. But unfortunately, he decided to put his skills into not the greatest of things. And to be fair, his weird later behaviors in life could actually be seen starting to flourish in those years of teaching. Yeah, students would say that he was weird, that he looked like a pimp. I mean, he looked like a pimp. He would go around the school with his shirt unbuttoned, showing his masculine chest hairs in a high school. So, big no-no. Well, after that teaching job, he left and started to work as a broker in an investment firm. But then he got fired because he lied about having a degree to get the job. You could do that back in the day, don't ask me how. Then he opened his own investment firm, and that's where shit started to escalate. He only wanted to be in contact with people with some kind of power. Actually, it is even said that he only accepted clients with more than $1 million to invest. So only the top of echelons of society. And with this, he started to know and get close, and I mean really close, with lots of important people. I mean really important people. Guys such as Donald Trump, Stephen Hawking, yeah, and Bill Clinton. By the way, here's a picture of Bill Clinton in a blue dress in this house off the island. Yeah, this exists. Honestly, I don't want to know, but at the same time I kind of want to know, because I'm cursed with an unending hunger for knowledge and of curiosity, but at the same time I don't really want to know. Well, he kept getting to know more and more people and immersing himself in that weird world of actors and presidents. You know, those people who think they're the best and that have ridiculous amounts of money and that normal sex doesn't satisfy them anymore. Those guys. And look, we normal people all know that weird things happen under the curtains with the elites, and since forever it was theorized that they had to be doing some weird things. And guess what? They were doing it. In 2005, Epstein got arrested for apparently molesting a 14-year-old girl. A girl that was sent there by two girls from her school that were also sent there by other girls from her school, because it was said that you could make some money there. It was basically a pyramid scheme, but for pedophilia. I cannot believe I just said this sentence. I'm sorry, YouTube. Well, he got arrested, spent only 13 months in prison, and I mean in prison, because he could leave and go to work, and he probably did some weird things in that time because he paid people to do so, but then he finally got arrested for good in 2019, and everything was exposed. The trafficking, including underage women, and that there was weird things happening on that island. Now, as I said, all this got exposed. The theory that elites do weird things when we are not seeing got exposed, which is cool. But the drama doesn't end here, because on the same year of him getting arrested, and after trying to give $100 million to bail out of prison, he killed himself. Or at least that's what we are told, because there's a lot of weird things surrounding this topic. Let's talk a little bit about that. Firstly, and this is an important one, why did he get arrested? Why him? He clearly wasn't the only one attending to those meetings in the island and doing the sex trafficking. I mean, he's only one guy, so why did he get all the blame? Well, you know, just like Diddy, we'll be talking about him in a bit, just you wait, he probably had lots of footage and of proof of very important people doing some really weird things. So maybe it got out of hand and those ultra rich important people were like, yep, this dude gotta go, pulling the strings, getting him into prison and ultimately killed. Because sure, it is said that he killed himself, but did he actually do it? Because again, there are some really weird things surrounding this topic. One, it is said that he got sent to the wrong cell the night he died, meaning that he would have no footage of the inside the cell, something that you should have for prisoners to not kill themselves. Two, the cameras that were supposed to film the entry of the cell had some type of malfunction in the between of the moment that he died. Three, the guards that were supposed to check on him regularly to see if it was everything okay did not do it and falsified documents saying that they did. And four, very recently an FBI guy said in an interview live that they would release raw footage of the cameras that kinda pointed to Epstein's jail cell. And when the footage got released, it was modified. They saw it on the metadata of the documents. It was edited on Premiere. It was not raw. Yes, maybe they just made it brighter or something, but it clearly went against what the FBI guy said. So taking all this into account, messing with the wrong people and all the malfunctions of the cameras and lies and lack of professionalism, it wouldn't be weird to question and to even think that he did not kill himself, but it was actually a commanded attack. So yeah, even if in the end this was a theory that turned out to be true, there are still lots of questions surrounding this topic, and it stinks. Stinky winky. Like, why would Donald Trump nowadays just discard this? It's like he's avoiding the theme, which I mean, it would make sense. Even if he didn't get into any weird things himself, he was very close to Epstein. It is even said that Epstein had 8 different phone numbers of Donald Trump. Was it because he was his financial advisor? Maybe, who knows? But it's still weird. Anyway, in the end we do know that there was sexual trafficking involved and weird gatherings of people in that island, which, funny enough, has kind of the same topic as the next theory that turned out to be true. P. Diddy and these weird parties. Just like with Epstein, we normal people always knew that shady stuff was going on while we weren't seeing. And now I'm not talking about those elite guys that are investors and they are from Wall Street and those kinds of things. No, I'm talking about actors and singers. Those guys. Honestly, Diddy and Epstein could have been connected in some way. Who knows? Sean Diddy Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, was a rapper, entrepreneur, and basically Epstein, but more emphasis on the weird party side. Or at least that's what pops up to the eye. Well, just like Epstein, he knew lots and lots of people, including lots of important people, because, well, he was the owner of one of the biggest agencies in America, the Bad Boys Records, known for signing lots of great artists, including names such as the Notorious B.I.G. So dude had its contacts, and for some unknown reason, he used that influence not just to make money, but to also party with a bunch of famous people. And he would party with them in 2 ways. There were the white parties, the soft version, lots of actors went there and were seen there, and singers, and yes, it's weird, it's a weird vibe, but in the end it was all public, it was all good, nothing that serious. Weird elite hoo thing. But then, he also had the freak-offs, the famous freak-offs. And you know, some freaky-ass things would happen in there. It kinda is in the name. Actually, when he got arrested, as you might know, thousands of bottles of lube were found in his mansion. So we can safely suppose what he was doing on those parties. And I bet it wasn't super fun, cool for kids, slippery slides. Well, on those parties it is said that you could find a little bit of everything. From famous actors and singers doing some wild stuff, to maybe orgies, weird kinks, stuff that again I don't really want to know, but at the same time I want to know because I have this weird forever hunger for knowledge, so I kinda wanna know. 2, and this is the bad part, minors. And I mean, if you're an adult, you do what you want, man. You're free. Wanna see your wife get f***ed by 5 other famous dudes? Cool, be my guest. But kids? Nah, man. The hell you doing, Diddy? And the thing is, it's not a theory. For instance, Usher, this guy, literally said in an interview that at the age of 13, he saw some wild things that he shouldn't because he was 13. Roll the clip.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
And then look at Bieber in these interviews. Like, the non-verbal communication and the clear discomfort. Now that we know what he had to take, I mean, he's clearly screaming for help. And I bet that he had to take a lot. I'ma shut up. He would also make his wife Cassie engage in sexual acts with others against her will, obviously. Overall bad stuff. And the thing is, he would tape and record lots of those moments. Actually, there's an audio tape of him and McMill doing some raw action that you shouldn't try to find. Unless you really want to. Well, to be fair, he taped a lot more. We just don't have access to it. But he had access to it, and he sure as hell blackmailed lots of people. Maybe to keep them signed on the records, or maybe just to feel power over them, because he's clearly a psychopath. Like, just imagine Diddy invites you into one of those parties. You accept it because you want to have some fun, you get completely wasted, you get up on the other day and P. Diddy comes to you and he's like, "Hey bro, how you doing? You went wild last night on the party of the Diddy party, yeah, freak off." Just tell me what's this tape of you messing around with a 16-year-old girl, huh? And now you're done for life. And maybe that's why he ended up arrested. Maybe he messed with the wrong guy, a guy with more power than him, which led into him getting, well, fucked. Because just like Epstein, he was not the only one at those parties. He wasn't the only one doing bad things, so why him getting arrested? It makes you think, because in that weird world of famous people, everyone knows that shady things go around, especially with Diddy. Just look at Mike Tyson next to him, preparing to unleash the most powerful punch ever recorded by man. Well, he got arrested in 2024, proving all this, or almost all this, to be true, because he only got sentenced for the transportation to engage in prostitution, at least for now. And maybe that's the only thing that he actually did. Who knows? I'm just here talking. But some theories even say that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are actually the masterminds of the whole operation. Others say that he was linked to the death of Tupac and Biggie. Yes, it's not really related, but anyway. What we know is that weird sex parties happened in that mansion and in his houses. And that he got arrested for some of it. Well, with nothing more to say about the guy with a million nicknames and a clear fetish for slippery surfaces, let's go into the next one. Also, just a little parenthesis. Imagine this, thousands of years in the future. Humanity got extinct for some reason. Aliens come to Earth, and as they are trying to uncover who we were, as they are trying to find evidence of past life, they come across a television and a tape. And it's one of Diddy's tapes. Bohemian Grove. So still on weird things that people in power do, why not mention a place that is in the middle of the woods and the next presidents go there to pray to a giant statue of an owl and burn effigies with the size of kids to it? Well, I could talk about it, yes, and I bet that you'd love it, but I made a video ranking some conspiracy theories and I talked about it more deeply there. Now, don't leave now, I'll remember you to watch it in the end, so yeah, wait a bit, don't leave. Well, MK Ultra. So, putting sex offenders and odd-rich people behaviors and those weird things to the side, why don't we dive into one of my personal favorites? Because this is movie level. MK Ultra is, and this is 100% real, actually in 2024, thousands of documents were declassified, even though it had been confirmed in 1975, anyway, is basically the CIA trying and controlling people using techniques, weird techniques, and LCD in unwilling subjects without them even knowing about it. Now, you might be asking, what do I mean by all of this? And how would they even do something like that? Well, let's say you are you. you're a normal guy, you live your life, everything is good, everything is great. But when I say elevator in the sunshine, you just turn off and enter a type of hypnosis, and you don't remember being in that state of hypnosis. And now I can tell you whatever information I want. Then I say the password again, elevator in the sunshine, and you go back into being you. And again, you don't remember being given the information. That part of you is locked. It's like someone opened the door, dropped stuff, and closed the door, and you can't access it. Then someone that wants the information gets to you, says the password, you tell them the information in your hypnotized version, they say the password again, and you go into being you, and you don't remember even giving the information. So you could be a spy without ever knowing that you were a spy, because you didn't even know that you had the information and that people talked to you. Like again, this is movie type a bit. You could kill someone and not even remember that you killed that someone if you were in your hypnotized version. If someone caught you for interrogation, they wouldn't be able to get any type of information, you wouldn't be able to spill the beans because you didn't even know that you had information or that you killed anyone because you were on your hypnotized version. And the thing is, CIA actually used these spies in Cold War. We don't really know how and why they use them in what type of activities, but we do know that they did because they said that they did. Now, second question, how would they turn someone into an unknowing zombie? Well, I don't really know because I'm not God, but they did lots of experiments regarding the mind. In Montreal, allegedly, this is the theory part, there were lots of brain experiments like shock treatment to make people not remember what was happening to them. Useful. Some patients would be asleep for days and days, repeating messages in their ears to put some type of information there. They would like watch videos in repeat while on LSD, just movie type shit. They would also use LSD on prostitutes, now this happened, this is documented, and watch them having sex unwillingly. No, they would have sex willingly, but they would watch them unwillingly while they were on LSD. In another experiment, they tried to turn a gay guy into being heterosexual again, and again by using LSD and electrodes in the brain. Like they had him watch heterosexual sex at the same time that they were giving him pre-orgasmic stimulus with electrodes in the brain, and while he was on an LSD trip, what the flip? And the thing is, this is real. Some of the stuff is not confirmed, like the Montreal experiment, but them using LSD to experiment on people's brains without them even knowing or wanting to do so was real. They confirmed it, and that's the weird part. Also, they had those unknowing spies and they used them, and that's the even weirder part. Not to mention that those experiments can even make you ask what is consciousness and being alive. Like the subjects had parts of the brain that were dormant to only be used with a password. It's like they were another person, okay? Once they stopped being that hypnotized version, they didn't remember any of it. It's like there were two different people in the same brain. It really is video game type of shit. I find it super interesting, ethical, no, but it's still interesting. Well, let's go to the next one and last one, which is somewhat correlated. Heart Attack Gun or MK Naomi. Well, this one doesn't really revolve a lot of unethical experiments, at least that we are aware of, but it's basically the CIA trying to make a gun that would give someone a heart attack without them even noticing it. Metal shit, bro. A gun with 100 meters of range that shot frozen darts with shellfish toxin. Now the CIA tried to dim it down, of course, saying that it wasn't that serious. They even gave it the name of discernible microbionocular inoculator, which is the complicated way of saying heart attack gun. They used complicated words so that dumb people like me don't understand it. I don't even know how the hell I was able to pronounce it. Why would they do something like that? Well, for one, and I think the main reason, it's very useful. 100 meters of killing someone without a trace, without them even feeling it, giving them a natural cause of death is essentially the perfect gun. And secondly, KGB had a poison vapor gun, so the CIA had to have one of their own. They can't lose the battle of cool weapons. Well, they eventually got exposed with all the confusion of the MK Ultra project being exposed publicly, and they even showed the gun on live television. But just imagine merging the two, an unknowing spy that could kill anyone without leaving a trace, without them even knowing that they killed the person. The world is really a weird place, and we know nothing about it. Well, thanks for watching. These were just some conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. If you want more, let me know in the comments, because there sure as hell are a lot more, and I would like to talk about more. And also, here's the video that I talked about you earlier. The ranking crazy conspiracy theories. See, I didn't forget. Yes, these ones didn't really turn out to be true, but it is probably just a matter of time looking at how the world is unfolding. Well, see you on the next one.